Always the most awkward part of the stream. I'm hoping I've got... Hoping that there's everything... hoping everything is set up, because there is about a 20-second delay from when I actually go live to when the stream kind of appears live on the other end. Hoping everything is set up. I think everything is I think everything is right. Give me a few minutes to get things looking right. The chat's not quite working on my end here. We might have to move things around a little bit. Forgive my Streamlabs and YouTube, not the not the best. Sometimes not the best combination. Well, let's do it. Let's do it this way then. Hi, folks. Welcome to Meme the Stream. I just want to hang out with you guys. See Michael Peel in the chat. Welcome from South Texas. Piers Live, Beach Life. Hi from Southern California. Let me know if there's any issues, anything that is a little bit, if everything's not right. It's not quite right on my end. I usually have a big pop-up chat thing, but I have to kind of, looks like I have to use Streamlabs chat there. Give me if I could just get the chat to pop out here on the YouTubes, which is not going to do. Oh well, bugger you, YouTube. We'll have to go back here on Streamlabs. Sorry about the stuff up. How's everyone doing? Yeah, because Sunday morning over here in Australia. Sunday morning over here in Australia. Let me know where you're coming in from. I see some New York, some UK. Big Gunga says, "Don't hurt him, hammer." It's funny. We got Argentina. Michael is watching the Damnation Alien, clicked on for a second and saw the stream notification. Yeah, hit that like, smash that like button. I just thought I just want to hang out. I just want to hang out. I just want to hang out with the meme army. Didn't have anything kind of planned as far as I'm not gonna. There's no like show or anything. This is just you talk, and I kind of listen. So we've got California, UK, Canada. Stinky Girl, thank you so much for the $2 super chat there. Stinky says, "I want to see your best Fetterman impression, big dog." I don't know if I do. I really don't know if I do a Fetterman impression. Yeah, how that guy is actually still in politics is just absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, oops, hit the mic there. But let me know if there's any issues with the screen. I've got that. I tried to get the chat onto the screen here, and it looks like it's working. So if the sound is not quite right, or something wrong with the volume or anything, let me know. We got our Gilbert, Tuscan, Arizona's in the house, Texas. We got Georgia, USA. I am absolutely blown away at how, obviously the demographic for this channel is probably like 80%, 80% American. You do have a lot of UK, Australian. That is just the fight against the left, the fight against the woke is truly like a global fight. It's not just an American fight. It's truly like a global war. We are all in this together. We are all brothers, and I tell you, we are winning. The right is winning. It's Jammy Joe 4 says volume is just right. Yeah. I've tweaked the volume a little bit. Even got my little pop filter here so I don't blow up the mic. We've got Germany, Missouri, Alabama. We've got greetings from Cotswolds, UK. UK Salty Berserker is in the house. Welcome to all, obviously everyone's probably a Salty Berserker in this stream as well. Yeah, lots of, drop the salt into the chat if you can as well. And also, smash that, tap that like button, massage that like button a little bit as well. Let me know if you like the way the stream looks, the way it's got the chat kind of on the screen as well. I know there's probably like a little bit of delay there, but yeah, let me know. And as I said with this stream, I just want to hang out. You speak and I kind of listen. The topics that are like on your minds. How's your week been this week? This is just definitely a hangout. We've got Thailand, Arizona, USA. Rod says, "Do you guys think Paul Pelosi was doing the hammering or getting hammered before the cop show?" What a crazy situation! What a crazy situation that is. And of course, you've got the whole left-wing lunatic wankers are trying to make it all about the guy that was in their house, Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi's house, as if he was some kind of right-wing MAGA-wearing extremist when he was some kind of far-left hippie, lived in Berkeley or something. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. Cenk Uygur, whatever the hippo that Cenk got from Young Turks was just rambling on about this far-right Donald Trump extremist. Mumties, thank you very much for the super chat there. I've got to learn how to read these a little better. No nudist and drug addict with a rainbow flag outside his home breaks into Speaker's house at 2:27 in his underpants, but glass breaks towards the outside and lets Paul take a bathroom break from where he calls the cops, and it's MAGA's fault. That's right. The whole story is just garbage. It's just rubbish. I mean, it's obviously like some kind of a consensual hookup gone wrong. And if that's your thing, go do your thing. I don't care. But they're making it into this. The media are spinning it about, it's these MAGA people. It's all like the ghost of Jussie Smollett is returning. So no, I think the whole situation is just rubbish. It's it's a consensual, some type of consensual act between two adults. Just went really wrong. Went really sideways really quick, and now it's all it's spinning. The media are spinning this and. It's just pathetic. TJ, thank you so much for the super chat. We can hang, just not like David. No, that's right. No, we're not going to hang like that. Jim said a naked man broke into a triple layer defended property by smashing a window with a hammer on the other side of the glass. That's right. I find it mind-blowing that, obviously Nancy Pelosi, what's she like, third to the presidency, and her house, well, where's the security? Where's the security in Nancy Pelosi's house? That, there basically was no security there. So I just think that's, I think that's kind of absolutely, the whole story is absolutely insane. The media are running with the normal MAGA Trump, supporter broke in, and all the left, libtards are just running it hard for their narrative, but it's all rubbish. And the guy was in his undies, very fishy. Would someone say a family guy, deaf guy, just ran past security? No, it's insane. Yeah, of course, in the house where they track back where he lives, there's the rainbow flag on the front. He's got the Black Lives Matter sign in the window, and of course they mightn't be his. That's kind of a share house. They mightn't be like his his things, but it is very suspicious. It is very suspicious. Let's see if the FBI seizes his phone. No, I think he'll be pretty safe. I think he'll be pretty safe from the FBI. Yeah, chat's saying security cameras malfunction mysteriously. It's amazing how that always kind of happens. It always kind of goes one way when security cameras are not quite working, when they don't really want them to be working. Security guards got $100 to look the other way for a few minutes. Yeah, the cameras are off again. You can't blame Paul. Can you imagine the Nancy in the nudes? Cynthia, is this the October surprise? I don't know. It's too small. This story will kind of blow over in a. This story blows over in a little while. It's unraveling. It's just, yeah. Keith, thank you so much, Keith. Keith, keep it up. I love your video, mate. I love that you love the videos. As I said, I make these videos that people can be encouraged, and we live in a world of illusion right now, where the whole media. El Chumbo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the El Chumbo custom dioramas. Thank you so much for the super chat there. So, as I said, we live in this world where the media, where social media, where entertainment, where everyone's trying to create this illusion that everyone is like kind of far left, and if you're on the right of politics, if you're on the most of us here, we would be like center right. Our politics would be center right, and they're trying to say that that's evil, that's wrong. That the vast majority is on the left. If you're not on the left, you are the very, very small minority, and you should be afraid. That's wrong. That's wrong. And the vast majority is kind of center-right conservative. It's not, as what we're seeing what's happening on Twitter right now, when Elon Musk steps in, when he removes all the censorship of the right, when he removes all that, it's like the thing that's propping up the far left so that they have the power and they have the majority there. Elon's removing all that. The pendulum is going to swing back into that like center right kind of like position. Twitter is going to go sort of center right. That's just natural. That's just where you put a whole bunch of people together, and that's kind of naturally where the political pendulum goes. It's not like far left. Far left is a very, very small minority of very loud, very powerful people. That's not the reality. So my video's kind of all about just trying to encourage that you are in the majority and that we can win this fight. And I believe 100% that we will win this fight. We will win this fight. It's not gonna be a quick fight, but we will win this fight. El Chumbo custom. Paul Pelosi just had an episode of The Crying Game. Yeah, gaslighting. Absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Andre says to the far left, everyone else is in the far right. That's right. They've kind of tried to move the Overton window so far to the left, and that's not the reality. They're propping up that reality. That is not reality. Reality kind of swings back more center, leaning a little bit conservative. Not far right. Far right's not the reality as well. It's sort of in that center right kind of like position. Zelensky wants another 20 billion. He'll probably get it too. Yeah, that's incredible. Eagle says, "What's up, Rob? Hope all is well on the home front, brother." Yes, it's all is well. We're moving into summer here in Australia. And yeah, it's getting hot. I'm going to have to get air conditioning set up in the studio here. Man, it's going to be a hot summer. Yeah, Dwayne, dude had rainbow flags, Black Lives. He's not one of our folks. That's right. Every time an incident like this happens, you see them. These leftist wankers will just jump on it, and they will just. It's all those Donald Trump supporters. He's probably wearing a MAGA hat, and the truth will come out a couple of days later that he was. The truth's coming out now. He's like a far left kind of member of the Green Party. nothing to do with Trump. And of course, they're all digging into his social media right now, just trying to find, maybe he liked a Donald Trump post 3 years ago back on Twitter, so we got him now. So yeah, of course, they're just using the situation to prop up whatever narrative they can. So sorry, the chat moved pretty quick. I lost a little bit there. Mark says, as a Canadian and an old age pension, you make my day, mate. That makes my day. Seriously, when I read comments and thanks for the laugh, you've made my day. That makes my day. That's exactly why I do this. I laugh and enjoy your content. I look forward to every morning to watch while I have my coffee. Thank you. Thank you. You start my day off in a good way, and that's right. That's with the videos that we make on the channel are very short because people don't have a lot of time these days, and I'm the same. I don't have time to watch a 39-minute video. I respect your time. No more than 2 minutes. You got to get you got to get. I got to get the message across very quickly because we're people are very busy. Long form content is probably gone. It's more short form these days. So yeah, that's why I make the videos quite short to really respect your time. And if I can't get the message over in a minute or 2 minutes, well then I'm not really doing my job. And it's like like the memes of the day, they're very popular. I made like 124 memes of the day videos, and they're still very, very solid views because it's just that little, it's that little 2 minutes that most people they see the video, they know you got 2 minutes, you're going to, maybe over your coffee in the morning, and that's exactly what I'm aiming for there. Canada is giving, Ripcord says Canada is giving Zelensky money now. Farted so hard, shit my pants. General theory of relativity, party somewhere in the balanced middle. That's right. I mean, we do need to be in the balanced middle. I don't want a far right kind of society or whatever your definition or understanding of far right is. I don't want a far left society. I want one that's kind of like, sitting in that middle. Right now, the media, entertainment, Hollywood, everything, social media is trying to push everything far left, trying to prop up that far left to say that is the norm. No, that is not the norm. We need to get back into the middle. Mary Henline, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I will be taking the wife out for a very nice dinner, maybe in the next few days. Someone's saying Cynthia, these comments are hilarious. I tell you, I would give you half the reason I make the videos is just to read your comments. I love reading the comments. The comments are just fantastic. I learn so much on the comments. Love interacting in the comments. Not a lot of YouTubers don't really get into the comments. I try to get into the comments as much as possible. Matthew says any camper videos, another channel. Maybe I'm thinking about maybe doing maybe a second channel with camping, but those sort of videos are a lot of work. They're like a ton of editing. So if I'm out there just traveling and touring, I kind of like to just be present in the moment and not have to worry about creating content. JC says, who's your favorite creative visionary? That's a good question. That I'm not really sure. I'd say no, I'm not. I'd have to really think about that one. What do we got? Pissed Off Dragon. Exactly. Thanks for joining the stream. Exactly. These 2 minutes always crack me up and get me out of the BS I see every day. Yeah, I hope that they really do. Just give you a good little cheer up. Maybe a good little what do they call it? Like a meme dopamine, a little tiny little shot of like a dopamine of meme dopamine there in the morning. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Papa Clinton says Fetterneck is supposed to lose to install Oz. It's a fix. I mean, interesting line of thought there. Why do you run such a pathetic candidate like Fetterman if you think you're going to? I mean, how do they think they're going to win with Fetterman? That's just that to me just sort of like blows my mind. I'm not. We got Stephen saying two genders. It's amazing kind of what's happening on Twitter right now. I don't know if you're on Twitter. I find Twitter just a great source for content. Sometimes you see news stories like popping real quick. I can get a video out that, and it kind of like pops with the algorithm a little bit as the stories popping. Scott, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. So that is very generous. That is very generous indeed. Thank you so much. So I don't know if you're on Twitter. I like Twitter. Don't spend an awful lot of time there, but I think it's just a party. Twitter's a circus, and right now you've got the left just absolutely screaming about Elon taking over. They've lost their high ground. This is like a high ground in the information war. The left have lost this high ground. You know, like you could say that they still control YouTube with an iron fist. Somehow this channel is still surviving on YouTube and surviving, but are thriving as well. But they've lost. You could say that the big or beachheads or strongholds. You had like Twitter, YouTube, and you got your Instagram and all those sort of. They're all like left-leaning control. Well, now they've lost Twitter. Now our armies can kind of break through this the weakness in the wall there. That's the way I see it. And the whole thing can come crumbling down. So there are the takeover. Elon's takeover of Twitter, and a lot of the left are like completely losing their mind. They're quitting the platform. What they don't realize is that they've been propped up for so long. The right has been censored. We've had one hand tied behind our back. They've had both hands free in the boxing ring. Now all Elon is going to do is untie our hand and make it a fair match, make it an even match. And that's what the left is freaking on about right now. They do not want a fair fight. They can't fight fair. Their ideology is so bad, they must have someone censoring the opposing ideology to theirs, because theirs can't sustain any kind of attack. Their ideology can't be sustained unless their ideology is like propped up and supported. You don't need to prop up things that are strong. You only need to prop up things that are weak. Leftist ideology is all propped up by the mainstream media, propped up by social media. I mean, our ideology is strong. We're not propped up by anybody, and yet here we are still competing. So the left thinks it's going to be this like far right just invasion on it's not. It's going to come back to the middle. It's going to right now. It's like swung so far to the left, it's not funny. Elon is going to bring it back into the middle, so it's just fair for everybody. And I think a lot of people on the right too are kind of hoping that it's going to be this massive, maybe like a massive just MAGA party, and that will increase as well. But it's not going to, it's not going to go that far. It needs to come back to the middle. We need to come more back to the center. Andre says, love the background. You should have a cup of coffee at hand. Yes, I've had don't get me started about coffees. I drink about probably 6-7 coffees a day. And then from like lunchtime onwards, I'll grab I get onto the caffeine-free like Rooibos. I love the Rooibos tea. But I do love my coffee, but I don't have one right now. But I've already had 3 this morning. So Dana says, dude, there is not going to be anything fair. Sorry, I got to try and slow this chat down. Dude, there is not going to be anything fair about conservatives against the left. Have you seen their memes? That's right. Left can't meme. I mean, they don't understand memeing, because memeing involves like getting, not being politically correct, and they're worried that they're gonna break some politically correct rules. I mean, their memes are so lame. Beatrix says Elon confuses me. I'm reserving judgment. Yeah, I think he's going to surprise people what he does with Twitter. It's not going to be the left nightmare that they think it's going to be, but it's not going to be it's not going to go far right. It's going to go. He's going to play it down the middle. He's got $20 billion worth of debt on Twitter. You know, he bought Twitter. He sold a whole bunch of Tesla stock to fund the purchase of Twitter, and then he took on about 20 billion. I think it's about $20 billion worth of debt. There's a lot of money on the line here. He has to make money. He has to cut costs, and he has to make money. And to do that, he has to try to appeal to the widest audience possible. And the way Twitter was being run was not like a company. It was like the arm of the Democrat Party. It wasn't like a money-making operation. If Elon wants to make the most money, he needs to appeal to the widest audience, the most audience possible. And he's going to have headwinds there. Companies are going to start boycotting Twitter. We've already had, I think it's like GM said they're no longer going to advertise on Twitter. And there's a bunch of companies that are going to come out. They're going to start virtue signaling. And they're going to say they're not going to advertise on Twitter now because Twitter is a far-right racist platform, blah, 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 which is just a whole bunch of rubbish. JCL says, Mima left, do you like YouTube channel Liberal Hive Mind? Yes, he's a good mate of mine. I talk to Hive Mind a lot. He's a very, 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 very smart dude. Switched on as to how YouTube operates, how YouTube works. Now he kind of Hive Mind kind of came onto the scene probably like a year after I think I started this channel. Might have been like 8-9 months after I started this channel. And he just went, it was like a rocket. I watched this channel. I'm like, holy hell, where'd this guy come from? But no, Hive Mind is very smart, very, very, he's a good guy too. I've talked with Hive Mind a lot. We, obviously as creators, we're talking about what's happening on the platform and a lot of challenges to being a YouTuber, especially when you're on the conservative side of politics. We are really against the he hit 1 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, and they won't give him the gold play button. Because he made like one video that got a strike, and it was all about the coup, all about COVID. And it was something that went against the World Health. He got a strike on a video he did about COVID, it was like 12 months ago, and because of that, they won't give him his gold play button. That's a prick of a move. That is such a prick move on YouTube's part. But I like him. He's very down to earth, very smart. He is a good guy. What happened, Mr. Obvious? Well, that's right. A lot of I'm not sure what. I haven't seen a lot of. I do try to keep track of all the the YouTubers on this side. And, as I said, we're a lot of us. We're talking. In chat and whatever behind. Just as fellow YouTubers. JCL says, do you like the black conservative singer Joy Villa? She does a YouTube live streams Joy, I think she's fantastic. Beautiful woman. I think, was she the lady that wore the big Trump dress to some gala or something like that? Yeah, no, I think she's a beautiful lady. And good on her for sort of like being courageous enough just to sort of stand up. A lot of these celebrities, they're all cowards. They're all cowards. They don't have a spine. They don't have a backbone. They're just going with what they think is the most kind of popular. And that's why most of them are all sidled. They're all jumped onto this woke leftist train, because if they jump off the train, if they're not on the train, they're going to lose money, they're going to lose deals, they're not going to get into movies. So yeah, no, they're all cowards. And you get the people who have jumped off the train, who's speaking against this. They are absolutely, they're very brave. And of course they're going to lose a lot of money, but like James Woods. I mean, there are still so many who haven't just cowardly jumped onto the train. Yeah. Zoot says Sleazy P Martini got banned from YouTube yesterday. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with his work. Although I saw a video from Sticks. Sticks. I can never get his name right. Stick. We'll call him Sticks Hexenhammer. I saw a video from Sticks saying that the dude had gotten banned. I actually went and checked out one of his videos, and it was weird. It was like, okay, this dude has obviously got his own very kind of like weird style, and that's like, that's that's fantastic as well. But yeah, they kicked him off. They kicked him off YouTube. Apparently, he got brigaded or something like that, which is a lot of people abusing the YouTube report function, which is sad that something like that can be abused. Salty Water says, meanwhile, you are here watching a live stream that will last who knows how long, 10 minutes. But 10 minutes is too long for... I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Diz says, I remember when 50 of us in a Salty chat was a milestone. I mean, that's right. He's, streams to like thousands now. And I don't know how he does it. I would get stage fright. I mean, we've got about, 350 on the stream right now. I can handle that, but I couldn't handle like, 20,000. That would be the chat would be moving too fast. I kind of like things a little bit slower. But no, I love how Salty has grown, and Salty to me is like that tree that was growing in YouTube's garden that was growing so well, but they weren't watering it. They didn't water the tree, but it still kept growing. YouTube's watering all these trees, these lefty channels that don't grow, that don't have any audience. And yet here's Salty's tree. It's almost like one of those trees that grows out of concrete. There was grows through like a concrete driveway or something like that. YouTube weren't watering it. YouTube were trying to poison the tree. They were putting Roundup on that tree, but he was still growing. And no, I think it's incredible what he's done. As I said, if you want to talk about any issues in the chat, any questions about the channel, questions, you want to discuss issues, drop them in the chat for sure. Yeah, Kanye or the highway. That dude, I respect him for just speaking his mind. Kanye's got, what do they call it? He's got, he's so rich, he doesn't give an F. He doesn't, he's just absolutely his own kind of boss. So I respect his approach there. He's got don't give an F money. I can't remember what the exact phrase is. But he just doesn't care, and he doesn't bow. He doesn't bow down like all these other celebrities do. He's his own. He's his own man. I mean, he's a strange guy. He's a very strange guy. Along with Elon Musk, Elon's a very strange guy as well. And yet here they are at like the top end of their respective professions or games. John the Plumber says aliens. Is that do I think they exist? If that, yeah, sure. We're not the only creatures inhabiting this infinite universe. It would be a big waste of space if we were the only sort of sentient living creatures in this universe. What would life look like on on other planets. It's like the Star Trek sort of vision of life was everyone had like two arms, two legs, and a head, and of course they had the universal translators where they all spoke. But what would life look like in other galaxies? It would look nothing like life on this planet, unless of course all those planets were seeded with the similar type DNA to what we have here. But so no, we're not the only life. I don't believe that we're the only we're not the only show in town. Don says being the left was a very good push bike makes a while back. Yeah, I still race. I still race. It's all mainly on Zwift these days. Though I do a little bit of still outdoor crit racing. I got to get my fitness back. I've lost a little bit of form, like over the last week. I actually did a crit race about 2 weeks ago, and dropped off the back of the race like 32 minutes in, and it was I've got to get some form back. But the form's coming back. The form is coming back. Form's coming back really slowly. Jimmy says, "What do you think about Alex Stein?" I think he's an interesting guy. He gets a lot of attention, and I'm not going to say I love him. Some of the things he does, I think, is pretty. Some of the things he does is cringy, but it's an awkward cringe that is almost like it has to be done. I love it when he gets into those those council meetings, and he came dressed as a trans swimmer in all the swimming gear. I mean, he gets he gets a lot of attention, and but I like him, but I don't love him, and I say he's cringy, but is cringy in a kind of like necessary way. The way that he kind of like gets attention, like that. I think he's I think he's a pretty good guy. Eye Patch McCain. Anyone here remember the episode of South Park where Cartman freezes for so long and the future is split into science factions between otters and men? It's the best too. Yeah, I used to watch a fair bit. I used to watch a fair bit of South Park. I love that South Park episode where they portrayed Earth as a reality TV show, and that we were just like all the planets out there basically have was it like one species on each planet, but the aliens, whoever the masters, decided they're going to put thousands of species on Earth and just let it like become like this giant shit show or this giant giant reality TV show. So I thought that was kind of an interesting take there. SC Reviews. Yeah, that's right. I think SC is actually an Aussie as well. He's having a little bit of fun with YouTube at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. JCL, Alex Stein's interaction with AOC was hilarious. See that was cringy, but it was kind of like funny cringy. But the way AOC kind of reacted back as well. Please hit that like button. I'm not seeing any kind of like something's wrong with my YouTube interface at the moment. Normally I can see like numbers of likes, but nothing's coming up on the screen. I'm just running purely off Streamlabs here at the moment. Sting Cool says Truman Show. I guess you're in relation to it. That's in relation to Earth and that, yeah. Man dolphins. In Darkness says, Men Left, cheers to your health from Canada. Cheers, your legends. All the best in Canada there too, mate. Harmon, SC is struggling. Yeah. Having a bit of a struggle with, I think, with the YouTube monetization at the moment. They're not monetizing his videos. as the, I don't know if you know, but if you want to monetize, when you upload the video, you have to go through a couple of screens where you like, yes, the video is safe. Yes, I'm not breaking any rules. And then and then the algorithm will do like a check on your video. It could be just as random as a monkey throwing a dart onto a dartboard that says yes, no, because it's just completely the whole algorithm that for monetization just feels completely random. So he's having a lot of trouble getting his videos monetized. And if the algorithm dings your video, it doesn't instantly monetize it. It puts up a little red apostrophe. You then have to go through an appeal process, and that appeal process, it should be like within 24 hours, but for SC it's taking like 3 to 4 days, which then your videos kind of are out of date, because a lot of the videos that we do in this kind of news entertainment space has a very, very short lifespan. Like, it's only good for like 24 to 48 hours. It's not really videos that are going to be kind of worth watching a couple of months later, because that's old news. So yeah, he's having a real struggle there. James says, love your stuff, man. From Nova Scotia. I've always loved the town. Always loved the name Nova Scotia. It sounds pretty awesome. Sorry, dog. I love Australia, but I'm not saying just because. But I love it helps. No, Australia is great. If I did live in America, it'd be like Florida or Texas. Jays, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, tough question. Your thoughts on Q and on? Not into it. Was not into it from the start. It was all too smoke and mirror-y. I couldn't get a grasp on it. I looked into it and it was just no. I just didn't get. I like there was some things they said. Where we was a WW, where we go one, we go all. I think that was kind of like a phrase. Maybe came out of that. I don't know if you call it the QAnon movement. I like that, because that's where we do go one, we go all. We're kind of like all, we're all in this. We're kind of all in this together. But the whole QAnon thing, it never sat right with me. It never felt right. Too much complexity, like smoke and mirrors. You have to. It just felt. It felt very religious, if you ask me. It felt very, I never got into it, not because, I just didn't really feel there was anything solid there to grasp onto. It's like shadows, and I just couldn't, I couldn't get, I just couldn't get into it. The Grey. Thank you so much for the super chat, sir. Meme magic is real. Keep laughing at the left, and that's right. Like comedy and humor. If we can, these are dark times. We make videos. It's not about making light of the situation. Jim, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat there, Jim. It's not making light of the situation as much as it is trying to get on the bright side. I'm an optimistic. I'm always a glass half full kind of guy. So we're not sort of making light of a dark situation. We talk about kind of dark topics, but I kind of like to meme them and to sort of like keep it like upbeat. So yeah. Pissed Off Dragon says, any memes coming from the Trudeau Commission for his abusive use of the Emergency Act. We covered a lot of what was happening in Canada through the trucker protest, because that was just one issue that just popped up onto the world stage. The whole world was watching that. It was a Canadian. It was happening in Canada, but it just popped up. It just popped up everywhere. And so I'll definitely be interested in. But Trudeau has such a hold. The left has such a stranglehold in Canada. It is just hard to see like anything like any real justice kind of coming out of that. That sleazebag Trudeau was just sort of slide his way through, unfortunately. But I will be looking. We will be putting some content because I know we've got a big Canadian audience as well onto this channel. Breon says, "Do you like Jordan Peterson?" Yes, I think he's a rational voice in a world kind of gone insane. He's one of those people who are trying to like pull that, help fight against the grey. Thank you so much for your super chat. You got the right idea. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But Jordan Peterson, he's like a sane mind when all of most of academia went went whole crazy kind of woke. And here's this guy, he's sane, smart, he's intelligent, he can debate. I love watching Jordan Peterson's debates. I'm a kind of an old school. There's two people with opposing ideas. Let's bring them together and let's have an intellectual discussion. Let's debate, and then we'll shake hands after. We'll shake hands before, shake hands after the debate, but let our ideas do the battling for us. But we've kind of lost a lot of that. We used to say that I don't agree with what you say, but I would fight for your right to say that. Well, that's gone these days. The left won't do that. The left is, I don't agree with what you say, so I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to try to destroy you. So we need to get back to that place where you've got people of opposing ideas can just have rational discussions with each other and shake hands kind of at the end as well. That's we need to get back to that rather than the left screaming at everyone who doesn't have their exact kind of view on a subject. And if you don't have their view, you have to be cancelled. You have to be shadow banned. You have to be silenced. So that's not helpful for anyone. John the plumber says, "Why wasn't I on your circle of friends on Twitter?" I wouldn't. It's not so much as a circle of friends, more of a circle of the accounts that you most interact with. Even AOC was. I think AOC was in there as well because I tend to post a lot of memes into AOC threads and that sort of thing. So yeah. Yes. Trog says left gone full hammer and sickle. That's right. There's you can unpack that a lot too because the left are weak. They have to build community. They have to build, and in a way, it's a positive. In a way, us conservatives, more on the right, we're more individualistic, less likely to sort of try to build community. We're more wanting to sort of go about it on our own because there's kind of an inherent strength there. But the left have left are so weak that they can't stand individualism. It's all about collectivism. It's all about joining. It's all about kind of building. I'm not sure if community is the right word, but collectivizing collectivizing the wealth so that even the weakest can kind of survive. But so that actually that does have some merit. Community is very important. Coming together, working together is very important. So they do have. There is a positive aspect to that. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that we become communists, but definitely building community, working together. The right. We need to sort of we need to get a little bit better at that. Evan, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat. Love your memes. Comedy is a great antidote to the current insanity. Keep up the good work. Well, that's right. I hope it does, and it is current insanity, and I hope that the memes and I hope that the videos just really give that little give that a little bit of a maybe like a little bit of like brightness or happiness. So yeah, that's definitely what we're going for there. Frog says sticks and stones may sticks and stones may break my bones, but hammers are for hammers are for Pelosi. Herman says it's the replacement of a family for many. I think are you talking about the like the left building kind of collectives? I think that's right. And one thing that is kind of a saving grace is that the left really doesn't procreate much. The the left doesn't breed. I mean, I think someone said that the best thing we can do for conservatives is have kids. Have kids. The left doesn't they don't build families as much as the right do. So that's that's definitely definitely a little bit more of a positive. Booger Tate, you crack me up every day, mate. That seriously makes my day. It's strange. I've got almost like two sets of chat on the on the screen here. So I'm sorry if I'm not seeing. But if you do have like specific questions, drop them into the chat. I really just wanted to have like if you want to bring up a topic, you want to bring up an issue, drop it into the drop it into the chat. What is Beatrix? Jarrett Thacker. Thank you so much for the super chat. We need common sense hammer control. That's right, hammer control. We need the we need the we definitely need the hammer control. Salty Dog, take care, my man, and keep laughing. I definitely will. And and memes is kind of how I understand politics as well. If it weren't for memes, politics would be kind of like it's kind of like a depressing place. Memes to me keeps the it keeps my what's the word, my spirit high, because if you spend like 10 hours a day just in politics, I mean that's that can be a bit of that can be a depressing place. But yeah, memes keeps it fun. It keeps it fun. Keeps my spirits up as well. Was Beatrix saying, "Stop telling me I gotta calm down. You're not mad enough." Is that like a song? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the reference there. Yeah, ban claw hammer, ban claw hammer attachment on guns. Yeah, fart shit in my pants says politics is like a real life comedy to me. Well, it is. It's kind of the greatest show on earth without trivializing it because it's very important. But the characters, the people who are the biggest characters, biggest characters around. So it is almost like it is almost like covering a circus. Star Wars dance. It's sorry. EDT. Thank you very much for the super chat. What are some of your best resources in keeping up to date, finding and creating great memes? Oh, Twitter. Twitter. Twitter's it for me. There's probably like 20 or 30 or probably 20 or 30 meme creators, because I don't make all the memes that are on the channel. The memes, if they're made by someone else, you'll see like a little Twitter handle in the meme. I make some memes, but probably like about 20% I make myself. But no, these it's from Twitter, and I'm sharing their memes out to a wider audience, and hopefully you're maybe sharing the video or sharing their memes as well. It's all about the sharing, getting these the memes are weapons, Like it's like an what's the word? It's like a bullet. You could say a meme is like a bullet, and if we share it out, well, then that's we're engaging in the information war, as in that respect there. Christopher, love your channel, bro. Keep pumping the goods out, mate. I'm so happy that you love the channel. Rod says the circus that might start a thermonuclear war. Beat that. Yeah, I mean it's a circus. It's serious, but it's a circus is probably not the right word to explain it. But sometimes it is insane. It's just absolutely insane. The whole political landscape is kind of nuts. I make sense of it all through memes. I mean, that's how it all kind of makes sense. JCL says, thoughts on the year-old feud between Candace Owens and former congressional candidate Kim Clay. Yeah, I remember there being like a bit of a back and forward between those two. I mean, get it together. I mean, we're in a war, and you got these people on the right. They're on the same side of politics, fighting with each other. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I mean, these two ladies should just meet up for some drinks and just hash it all out, and then let's get back to working. Let's get back to fighting this leftist, wicked leftist ideology that's trying to pull society so far into an evil kind of wicked direction. So I know that's easier said than done. People should just smooth things over for the sake of the bigger cause. I know there's a lot of complexities there with two human beings are very, very complex creatures. We're not simple creatures. But I think that they're very two big figures on their right. So hopefully, they should maybe do like a live stream together, or Kim should go on Candace's show or whatever. So yeah, I mean that's what I think that's what I would like to see happen there. But I'm not even understanding why they're kind of like why they're beefing. If anyone knows, why are they beefing like that? I kind of like, I think it was these things they can sort of start on Twitter. You give someone a little bit of spray and they maybe give you back. Not that I don't get into drama on Twitter. I don't beef. I mean, I've never really had any kind of beef. I don't get into any kind of drama. I find this just pointless. But you see these channels, they're beefing with other channels. I'm not going to mention names. There's a couple on the right. I mean, man, just cut it out. Get back to the war. Get back to where the battle is. The battle is not against fellow conservative channels. The battle is against this leftist wicked ideology that we're all trying to fight against. So, yeah, I think they, we should all try and work together because we're working towards a common good. Ramzo, you are well. That's overshooting it a bit, but sir, keep up the good work. No, thank you so much for watching. Like if you do watch you watch the videos, thank you so much. I mean, if no one was watching the videos, there's no channel. It's all you. It's all it's all the audience, and that's why I'm always in the comments. I'm always reading the comments, always getting the feedback. Like today's video, I used a slightly different song, used some slightly different music. So I'll be really looking for the feedback there as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Watching the videos. I hope they make you. I hope they cheer you up, encourage you, make you smile, and maybe make you laugh as well. Waffy says, love your content, but off to the last American pubcast. Hey, Frank, you got to get me on that show. If you're on that show, if you go over to Frank's stream, say, hey, how come you haven't got Meme on your show? So let Frank know that you should get Meme on the show. There might be a little bit of a scheduling issue there as well. But I would like to go on Frank's pubcast there as well. He hasn't asked me. I mean, yeah. So hit him up. Hit him up in the chat. Say you got to get meme. Got to get meme on the show. Someone says sorry for the caps. I'm not shouting. I just can't see the little text. Lost Johnny. Love the meme vids. Yeah, I'm really shocked that I'm really shocked that they kind of became so popular, and I guess became part of a routine for people because they're only like a short little 2 minute every day. I figured I'd make a couple of these videos and move on to what they weren't the style of video that the channel was kind of making at the time, but they become like a bedrock. I'll try to do one memes of the day every day. They take probably 2 or 3 hours to put together. They're very I have a very the memes have to be like really good to make it. I hope they're good, and then the music and everything has to be timed well. So I put I try to put a lot of work into each of those videos so that I'm actually proud. Yeah, the music is great. I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to bring new music into the videos as well. I've seemed to have kind of got caught on about 10 to 15 Kevin MacLeod songs. So I am looking for new music. It's not easy to find music that works with the memes because the memes have to change with the the beats of the music, and it's kind of like not all. But I am looking. I am on the hunt for new music. Line in the sand says the hammering. Yeah, Michelle says I love the Halloween costume meme. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. All those spirit Halloween memes coming out as well. Epileptic pilot. Not sure I want an epileptic pilot. Anyway, John Talks is my go-to daily as well as Mina Left. I show them to as many. Oh yeah, John. He's a very very clever editor. John is and probably if you said that who are my compatriots in the YouTube kind of like sphere, you've got like Memology. You got like John Talks, and then you've got Hive Mind. He does slightly different content, but it's sort of like Memology. I think he's the master. He's the master at that short style sort of meme kind of video. And John Talks is very good at that editing style as well. So no, I think that I haven't seen a lot of John Talks videos lately. It's funny how the algorithm. I mean, we live and die through the algorithm, on the recommended page of YouTube. If YouTube wants to just turn down how much it recommends your videos, your views will drop. So we kind of do. We live and die by the algorithm as far as views goes. But yeah, I haven't seen any of John's videos, but maybe he's taken a break. And that's another thing as well. YouTube really doesn't like it when you do take breaks. You kind of like, if you take a month off, you then have to spend a couple of weeks trying to working your way kind of like back into the algorithm as well. The algorithm loves the daily content. So I guess that's something that we've really, like channels like John Talks and myself and Memology, Hive Mind as well. He puts out like 2 to 3 videos per day. The algorithm loves a lot of content get out there. So that's where we have we really benefited from there. Yeah, Salty, fire those meme cannons. Walmart says the videos are brilliant. I enjoy TF. out of what you produce, mate. That makes my day. It really does. I mean, I say it makes my day. I know it sounds very cliche, but it really does. I read comments of, oh man, I was having a crappy day. I watched a couple of videos and my day got less crappy for that 5 minutes. I mean, okay, it was only like it was still, you're able to interject a little bit of positivity into somebody else's day. Even if it's just for a few minutes, there's still that little bit of positivity there. So I mean, I live on that. I almost like I thrive. I kind of thrive on just making the audience happy. Carl Vernon, yeah. I mean, let me know. Like, who do you watch? Like, who's in your YouTube kind of like sphere that you kind of watch regularly? Because I think Carl is a Pommy. I think he's a Pommy guy. I haven't seen some of his videos lately, but he sort of like is operating in that same kind of like short video, short and high impact. It's kind of like a very short but high impact. Epileptic Pilot, your Frackerman strikes out again video was one of the funniest I've ever seen. Can't watch it enough. Thanks, dude. I think that was the one, didn't he? He comes into they ask him a question for the debate and he goes, yes, good night, or something like that. He says, thank you, good night. You knew we were in for a pretty cracking debate when he said that. Jammy Joe, thank you so much for the show. Benny Hill Music MTL. Oh man, I wish I could use Benny Hill music. I mean, I grew up watching Benny Hill. I'm old fart. I grew up watching Benny Hill. It would be copyrighted. They would copyright the crap. They would copyright the crap out of that. Music that I use is copyright free as long as you attribute, as long as you give the attribution in the comments. But yeah, I think I have used some Benny Hill music in the past, and I think I got copyright dinged on it. It wasn't a strike or anything, but it was just copyright ding. And so, of course, we've got, when I asked, what channels you're watching, we've got Salty. Of course, everyone watches Salty. And then you got, what do we got here? Memology, Dice, Sticks, Warhammer, Ed in Exile. Yeah. Bud says you and Zed are brothers from a different meme. Zed, yeah, I love what Zed does. I remember when Zed started his channel. I think I started watching Zeducation. I think he had 6,000 subscribers. He's got like 800 or 900,000 now. Might even be pushing close to 1 million. And I remember when he hit 25,000 subscribers, and I was brand new. I maybe had a couple of hundred, or maybe like 1,000 subscribers or something. And even that's a lot of subscribers. But I specifically remember Zeducation being at 25,000 subscribers, and I was like, wow, that is huge. That is, of course, he's at like 800,000 right now, and his content really hasn't changed much. He's kind of he got onto a formula, and he's pretty much kept that formula going for probably like 3 years now, which is really surprising. Which is really surprising because most channels, like, the content kind of evolves. I'm not saying that he's not evolving his content, but he got a formula right that he's just kept going, and that is not easy to do. That is a very difficult thing to do. What I actually like going back and watching the very first videos of channels. Thank you, Mama Shazmi. I'm sorry if I got the name. Mumtaz Shamsi. When cops opened the door to the speaker's home, did they hear MC Hammer song playing? Hammer time, can't touch this dude. Hey, and that was a good song. That Hammer Time. When the Hammer Time came out, didn't he have those? I think he had those baggy pants. I remember him like running, dancing in the video. He had the really like the super baggy pants. That song was like just being played everywhere for probably like about 12 months. So yeah. Mean left, what are your nicknames for MSDNC? That's right, that's all they are. Branch of the DNC. Reporters like Joyless Reed, Richard Maddow. You've done a good job. They're a good job. Richard Maddow and Chris Hines. I mean, oh my God, these people. I like how you said joyless there. These people are just so joyless. They're just so constantly like mad, constantly enraged. Constantly, it is like, how do you live your life that way? I don't know how these people live their life. Obviously, Rachel Maddow, she's paid an awful lot of money to do what she's doing. I think she's on multiple millions of dollars per year, and yet there are YouTubers out there who probably have more authentic and bigger audiences than she actually has. Oh, sorry, the chat moved a bit quick for me there. Bronwyn says something interesting. Everybody's looking for a hero, someone to love. I love my freedom and America. That's what I love about. That's right. It's all about freedom. It's all about freedom. There is a sense of individualism. That's a really good comment. Zoot Star says jockstrap matter. Salty Ironworker, thank you so much for the super chat, sir. Your videos are really funny. Keep up the good work. Clank clank with a side of re. For sure. And looks like we've got more of the salty shakes in the chat. Drop if you're a part of the salty army. Drop the shake. Please drop the salt. Drop this. drop the salt into the drop the salt in. I love seeing the salt. I love seeing the salt icons in the chat. United Spot. I've watched a lot of that channel's content. The way that the software that they use to make the people's faces speak the words. I mean, dude puts a lot of time into the videos, and that's kind of like there is a time put into a video versus like the kind of the reward that you get like from the video. You can't put too much. Like I know there's some YouTubers out there who will spend 3 weeks editing a video. They'll get like 1,000 views or something. Well, the time you put in wasn't really worth the payoff of what came out the other side. Of course, you have to like grow the channel but the videos that we make, like John Talks, Memology, probably like max 1 hour edit or 2 hour edit. We make quick videos, and so that obviously the time put in is worth the reward, or the not necessarily monetarily reward, but views, gain subscribers, or what have you there. E. Gordon Liddy said Biden cheated without a shadow of a doubt. And it's funny what's happening. What's happening right now on Twitter is reality is being restored. I mean, no one for 1 minute believes Biden got all 81 million votes. It was the greatest steal. It was the biggest cheat. Live stream's probably going to be cancelled any second now. But it was the greatest. It was the greatest election. I should say greatest. It was the bold, or just the bold. It was the biggest election steal in history. I think that probably 5-10 years down the track, things are going to come out that it was stolen and that it was a steal, and that Biden doesn't have that support. That's not the reality. They're propping up this fake reality with cheating, with censorship, with lying. That's not the reality. The reality was Trump won by a massive margin, but they cheated. The people who run the machines, who counted the votes, putting up all those cardboard facades so that the people couldn't watch what's inside the counting rooms. All of a sudden, there's those the little hockey stick jump for Joe Biden. You know, the votes just being pulled out from under the desk while everyone was told the fire alarm goes off and everyone was told to go home. People turning up to those ballot boxes with like just hundreds of ballots, stuffing the ballots, and now they're saying that we're not allowed to watch those ballot boxes. I mean, the left can't compete. The left has to cheat. They can't compete. Caddy says my cat has a bigger audience than she does. I'm seeing all the all the salt in the chat there. I do love seeing the salt. What do we got? Eagles Toner says saw quite a few tweets by people saying this wasn't the type of hammered she was looking for. Word is Nancy Love. Oh, that's right. Absolutely, Nancy love the sauce. I want to say corn pop was real, pure bloods forever. Absolutely. I mean, the absolute, probably going to get onto like, probably get into real dangerous territory here, but all the crap with the jabs, all the absolute crap with the jabs wasn't tested on people to see if it stopped transmission. They just tried to force it out there. Now we've got, people returning to work who were laid off because they wouldn't take the jab. They're getting all back pay. I mean, the absolute garbage that we went through for a virus that had very, very, very small, kill rate's not the word I really want to use. But if you're young, you're healthy, you're fit, there's no need to go through all that garbage that we were put through. You can, I could talk for hours there, but I don't want to get in. We all know the garbage. We all know the lies that they put out there, the absolute trash that they put out there, the rules that were enforced, absolute garbage. Yeah. Caddy is saying it was the greatest hoodwink of all time. Follow the money. What did Pfizer? What did Pfizer? I forget how much Pfizer. Enormous sums of money. I think it all came down to money. It was all about money and power. It all comes down to money and power. Salty, my butt's been wiped. Got Candace. Mark says Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, good to watch. JP, thank you so much for the super chat there. Make sure if you want to drop down a comment. I mean, I'll try to read. If you've got specific questions, I get to like every single question. I just don't read. I just don't read super chats. I try to read everything. John the Plumber says, my immune system can't be matched. We have this magnificent immune system in our body. It's a beautiful system. It is a beautiful system, but it's like none of that mattered. It was all about jabbing people with as many shots as they could get, make as much money as they could make. It was the Gray said it was to test how weak society was. Man, I think as a society we failed. I mean, if that was almost like a beta test, we failed. I mean, so the authoritarianism was just insane. The levels of compliance was crazy. So much just just absolute complying, and then there was the. I was trying to put this into words where I don't get kicked off the stream. Like the power structures, like say social media, entertainment, celebrities, and everything. It was full force trying to force you to comply. It was like they bought out everything, and for the most part, it worked. Still a lot of people didn't comply. it was crazy what we went through, and just think that that if that might be like a bit of a test run. How do you keep controlling the world? You just keep releasing viruses and then forcing everyone to get injections, and then you just bring down the control grid. You make that control grid over society just super tight. Salty Aussie said it was an IQ test. Yeah, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Lefties on their 20th. What does it say? Yeah, Albo's budget is 77 million towards the jab compensation. I mean, that's just now. In the next 5 to 10 years, I think it's going to be in the tens of billions. I mean, there is just like, oh, what could go wrong? What could go wrong from a totally experimental jab that wasn't tested properly on humans to see if it prevented transmission? Let's just roll out over like 4 or 5 billion people in the world, and yeah, I'm sure nothing will go wrong there. Doug, thank you so much for the super chat. What do you think about Paul Pelosi catching a hammer and maybe monkeypox? Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the stream. A crazy situation with Paul Pelosi and the hammer guy. And yeah, what did happen to monkeypox? I mean, monkeypox was this. Geez, we're hitting all those bad keywords tonight. We're hitting all those bad keywords. Well, what did happen to monkeypox? Monkeypox just seemed to like vanish as soon as it turned out that it was pretty much only one of those things that was being transmitted in the certain community, in the gay community, and it kind of just like. It just disappeared. It disappeared from the headlines. As memers, we really need to keep an eye on what the things that are kind of popping, the things that are really relevant to try to make our content more relevant. And monkeypox, we were doing monkeypox memes, and all of a sudden it just went boom, gone. No more monkeypox. And then I'm like, well, okay. I guess we're over that. I guess that's not a health crisis after all. It wasn't the what they were going to use for to steal midterms. It came in hard, and then it was like they were going to. This was like almost like COVID part 2, but then it was just like a gay thing, and it was nothing against if you're like if that's your like preference. I don't care, but it just became that thing, and then it just stopped. It just stopped being an issue, and there was just no more like monkeypox memes being made. It was just stopped being talked about. It was like someone just flicked the switch on monkeypox and said, no more monkeypox. Yeah, Rod says the problem with the pox is it didn't catch on to the general population, and that's right. When Laura Lee is saying we won the meme war there, maybe it was that it was being memed so hard. Maybe that the monkeypox was being memed so hard. I really believe 100% that memes have an incredible impact. If we can get the memes out there, share them into society, they have an impact. They move people's needles on certain issues. We actually have a huge issue. And there was a period of a couple of weeks there where the monkeypox memes were hilarious. I didn't hold back on the monkeypox memes on this channel. I shared a lot of monkeypox memes, and all of a sudden, just like that, monkeypox just gone out of the conversation. Andres says monkeypox disappeared like the movie Bros. Yeah, what a flop that movie was. I mean, imagine thinking that like that could be like a mainstream kind of like a movie. I mean, no, I got nothing against if that's your orientation, go for it. What adults do. none of my business. I don't care. I'm not trying to not trying to control people like that. But I got no interest in a rom-com with a couple of dudes. I mean, that just I got very little interest in a rom-com in general. I'm not going to go to the movies to watch a rom-com. I mean, maybe if it's a good movie, maybe I'll watch it on popcorn time in a couple of months. But I'm not paying money to go to the movies to see a couple of dudes go at it. I mean, how did they think that movie was going to be successful? And when the movie flopped, they're like, "Oh, you're all bunch of all bunch of homophobes." And yeah, no one, if that movie was more marketed towards that community, and nothing against that community, but that community is not a huge. It's not the wider community. It's not the community. It's a subset of a community. So if you're going to market a product towards a subset of a community, you're going to have a smaller market. You're going to have a much smaller revenue take from that movie. But they came out and they were like, "Why isn't everybody watching this movie? Why in this movie? You're all homophobic if you're not actually watching this movie." What do we got? Where did the Grey says, yeah, where did the monkey pizzles go? Get Oscarified. You sound like you have a British accent. Yeah, my mum's British. Came over when she came over on a boat when she was a little girl. So yeah, but my mum's accent is very Australian. But it is quite bizarre. Sometimes my accent actually, if I'm ordering food somewhere, sometimes I get into like a little bit of an American dialect somehow. It's can I have? It's very strange. I have a very funny story. If you'll grant me 1 minute just to tell you a funny story. I was camping down in Adelaide with my in my truck camper, and I'd set up my truck. I set up the camp, and a bunch of people pulled in beside me, and I just started talking to them with an American accent. I just started talking with an American accent, and they said, "Oh, you're from America?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I had to do this whole backstory that I was like traveling from Texas, and I was over here. They were only there for like 1 day, so I only had to keep up the accent for 1 day, but I actually kept up the whole accent. It was just like a bit of a joke. And I had this whole backstory going on, traveling over from Texas, seeing Australia, and yeah, it was hilarious. So sometimes I can pull out a pretty good American accent as well. Oh, I mean, some might say it's not good, but I think it's pretty good. What do we got? Sheik says, "Never watch rom-com, silly and boring." That's right. They kind of had their day, like maybe back in the 2000s sort of thing. There was just seemed to be a bunch of actors who were really into that whole rom-com. I can't remember their names right now, but yeah, why would anyone want to go and watch a gay rom-com? I mean, that's just imagine the pitch. You're in the movie studio and someone's pitching a gay rom-com. And you're, oh, fantastic! It's $50 million budget. Oh, we'll get our money back. Yeah, no worries, mate. And that's just that's just crazy. JCL meme. I hope my celebrity crush Lisa Bonet becomes a conservative someday. That would be another reason to love her. I don't know who. I've kind of heard Lisa Bonet, but I'm not. I can't remember who she is. Richard says, "I once spent an entire evening pretending to be Irish. I'm not." Convinced a whole pub. Well done. That was well done. Dunes, South Australia, a bizarre murder capital. Star Wars Dan, since you're Australian, what do you think of our gun laws? Wow, this is like big question. Huge question. I mean, as an Aussie, I love the Second Amendment. I love your Bill of Rights. I love the American Bill of Rights. I love the Second Amendment. We got none of that. We've got none of that in Australia. I grew up shooting guns. I grew up shooting like 22s, kangaroo. Going out there shooting roos. That's where I learned to drive. But that's a really big question. I'm not far from obviously not anti-gun, and I'm not like gun ho. I'm not so far on the gun, but I've got a lot of mates in America. They've got their guns, and I think that's fantastic. And you've got a lot of people in Australia who are horrified that people have certain types of guns in America as citizenry. I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. You can have them. There's a lot of people. A lot of people in Australia think that there's no gun laws in America. That's absolutely insane. A lot of people in the Australian media think that America is like this free-for-all gun when any kid can walk into a Walmart and buy like a submachine gun or something like that. It's absolutely insane. America has thousands of gun laws, and a lot of people who are constitutional are saying, yes, that's right. We do have a lot of gun laws, and they're unconstitutional. But yeah, Australia has a very weird perception of American gun laws. We think there aren't any. Australians think there aren't any. Politicians, journalists, all they got to do is go to the gun law Wikipedia page. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gun laws. Each state has their own different gun laws. Some stricter. New York has tougher gun laws than Australia. Chicago probably has tougher gun laws than Australia. Andre says shooting kangaroos is a thing. Yeah, we used to shoot roos a lot as a kid. They're kind of like. See, this is probably something that might shock Americans as well, but kangaroos are more like pests. Farmers can cull a certain number of them off their properties and that sort of thing, because that they take feed from the cattle, and they're more of like a pest. So I grew up. Dad would take us out shooting in the bush, and that's where I learned to drive. I would drive the car. My brother's on the Spotlight. And Dad's got the 22. Dad's got the 22 out the window, and we would shoot roos. I learned to drive the old Falcon, out on those country roads, and I shot a lot as well. Learned to shoot out there. But kangaroo is good eating as well. It's a really good meat. Yeah, Friday Ray, Second Amendment to prevent tyranny, 100%. Broken Prophet, I won't own a tank if I could. Oh, sorry, chat's moving a little bit quick there. I think I just missed a whole bunch. Rolf Harris, throw another Ranger, on the barbie. They tried to get us to eat kangaroo. Like kangaroo is kind of like, it's like a bit of a specialty meat. Not a lot of people eat kangaroo over here. There was this big push over here to eat kangaroo, and it really didn't take off because we all grew up watching Skippy, and kangaroo is on our national emblem as well. So it was a bit of a tough, a bit of a hard slog to get Aussies to eat kangaroo. But kangaroo is it's nice. It's got a very high protein, has low fat, but I like the fat. I look for meats that are high in fat. I want that fat. I want the fat. But kangaroo is very high in protein, very low in fat. We should be eating more kangaroo than cows. I really want to get down to it. Kangaroos are a little bit better. They don't pull up the grass. They just nibble the grass. So you get like more sort of like feed from the ground from kangaroos than cows. JP says, love the coffee shop backdrop. I'm a coffee shop kind of guy. I love working. I love working in. I love working in coffee shops. Like even throughout, like obviously I don't do a lot of editing. I don't do a lot of editing in coffee shops, but even like, I still work a conventional job as well. YouTube is my side hustle that is become a very big side hustle, but I still keep my job because YouTube is very kind of unreliable on the on the kind of on the monetization side of things. If you're a conservative, if you're like a conservative content creator. So yeah, I do a lot of work in my I do a lot of like my day job. I work in coffee shops. Michael Peel. Getting York to eat roo would be like getting American to roast up an eagle. That's true. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think you can't eat eagles, can you? I'm pretty sure they're like endangered. But yeah, I don't think you can eat. I don't think you can. I don't think you can eat eagles over there. Speaking of eagles, we actually have some of the biggest eagles in the world over here in Australia. I don't flex. I'm not a guy to flex or anything, but it is a thing. The Australian eagles are absolutely massive. Ren says drop bears are good. Yes, if you ever come to Australia, be very careful with the drop bears. Walking under a gum tree, those koala bears, they're very, very dangerous. So you got to watch the drop bears. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google drop bears. Prepare to be absolutely horrified. Michael Bogogla, Bolonga. Sorry for butchering your name. Have a Vegemite sandwich. Don't kill kangaroos. Yeah, I mean, I love Vegemite. Vegemite's fantastic. I mean, I try not to eat a lot of bread. Bread's not good for me. But I do love Vegemite. We grew up on Vegemite sandwiches. That was all we would have as a kid. Would be just Vegemite sandwiches. Holiday Magic, the meme machine is running so great right now. The Dems certainly give you plenty of material, and that's the problem. The problem is there's just almost like too much to choose from. I guess that's if you're running a like a YouTube channel and you're running on content, we have more than enough content to keep us. That's why we do daily content, because there's just so much content coming in every day. If you're like a YouTuber in a working other genres or whatever, there's not so much. You're like fighting for content, but we just have content just pouring. We just have content pouring in. The hardest part is just picking the content. John says drop bear video was hilarious. Yes, it's a bit of a meme, but definitely maybe like later on look up drop bears. They're extremely dangerous. Yeah, Friday Ray says eagles are protected. That's right. You can't eat anything, but you can't shoot an eagle. Yeah, I mean, who would want to shoot an eagle? I mean, I guess a lot of people are saying who'd want to shoot a kangaroo as well. But yeah, so obviously I get that side of it as well. As I said, yeah, kangaroos here are very much out in the bush. They're considered to be kind of like pests. They're considered to be vermin. Farmers are given an amount that they can kill or cull to get off their land. Canada has lost. Save Australia. Yeah, I mean Canada and Australia are very we're cousins, and even America, we're kind of like second cousins. Obviously Australia, British Empire, we're still part of the monarchy. I prefer we were a republic, but you've got like Canada is obviously part of came from the Britain monarchy as well. So Canada and Australians, I guess we could be best classed as brothers. And Australia and America, we're maybe cousins. But I've been to America. I've been to America in 2012. It was very much like Australia. Cities are very much like Australia. It's just like a little fractional bit out of phase. It's not like if I was wanted to go to another country, I would want to go to somewhere that's totally opposite to Australia. So I mean, I went over there for like a hosting convention. It was a work thing in Boston. Boston is kind of like Sydney. It all feels the same. If I was going to go to another country, it would be like Japan or something that is just completely different to kind of what I'm used to. Someone said koala bear. No, we don't eat koala bears. No, we definitely don't eat koalas. Michael says, I'd rather ride the New York City subways than think of all the living poisonous things in Australia. Yeah, everything over here is trying to kill you. Pretty much everything out in the bush is trying to kill you. We've got meme. What's who dot Forrest says meme. What's the most dangerous thing you've seen in Oz? Not MPs. It's the snake that one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. We've got it, and I just can't remember its name. I think it's got not the red belly black. It is one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Like I almost stepped on one when I was like about 15 or 16. We used to do a lot of camping, take the motorbikes out into the bush and that, and then yeah, this snake. I almost stepped on this snake, and apparently Dad killed it. Dad killed it with like a shovel or something or a spade, and it was one of the deadliest snakes, and I can't remember what it was. But we have a lot of deadly animals over here: snakes, spiders, funnel web, everything. And where we live now, we're backing onto a little bit of like land with a creek down the back there. So we occasionally do get snakes. They're like just brown snakes. So that they can kill you as well. Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. Got the chat back there. King Browns. That's right. King Browns are serious. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have the taipan in Australia. We might have the taipan in Australia. I remember back then, Dad was saying this is one of like the most deadliest the deadliest snakes in Australia. I think Australia we do have some of the world's most deadliest snakes. Yeah, black, white, red, you're dead. That's right. Yeah, government can be deadly. Dina, thank you so much for the super chat. I just want to send Dina Gero, thank you so much. Diana Gero, I just want to send a hug. Just want to send huge hugs for your great work. The last you provided have been medicinal in this crazy world. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, that makes me feel pretty damn good as well. Salty says trouser snake. Yeah, the funnel web spider. A lot of the funnel webs are very. We have a fair few funnel webs around here as well. Red Nation, watch out for half-naked guys with hammers yelling, "This is MAGA country." That's I think that's more of an issue that you've got over in San Francisco. I'm not sure we've got that so much over here. Salty convict, yeah, inland taipans in northern Oz is the deadliest in the world from memory. That's right. It's funny. I was thinking that taipans were more like an American snake. But I do know that we've got them up north, and if I was living up north, a lot of those places you can't swim. You've got the crocs, and you've got I don't think I'd like to kind of live up in the very north of Australia, but being like crazy hot as well. You deal with all the crocodiles. I will, one of these days in a year or two, maybe after the 2024 election, I'll take like 6 months off, and I'm just going to travel, just going to see this country while we still can. What did I say? Orpheus says, don't knock the dangerous critters. That's why Oz has a great sense of humor. Yeah, Viper lives matter. Frank says, did you love the Hogan show? Yeah, thinking about the Paul Hogan show. Absolutely. I think Paul Hogan was absolutely fantastic. Mind you, you watch some of his skits these days, and they can't make that stuff on TV. You know, Daphne Delaney, you know, girl with the very short shorts riding the bicycle. I mean, there's some pretty good. That's kind of good Australian comedy. You know, if you just go Google, I think it's like Paul Hogan show, bicycle. Yeah, you'll see. I mean, definitely that they can't make that on TV these days. Brian, thanks for joining us, Brian. I hope you have a good night. Hoobie says this is Hammer Country. Yeah, Hoax. I mean, Hoax was like, he was the best. He was the best when I was a kid. You know, irreverent, like just wildly inappropriate, but in such a funny and a fantastic way. I remember when I have a memory of when I was in grade 6 at school. I went to school as we had a dress up day, and you could come dressed up as any character you want. I went dressed up as Paul Hogan, and I had a little esky, and I had a shirt with like a beer gut, like he had a bit of a beer, like one of his characters had a beer gut, and I had like the sunscreen on my face with like the cap on, and I remember winning my class's best costume, and I can still remember like so much of that memory. But I got up in front of the class and I did a little Paul Hogan like skit. I pretended to be Paul Hogan for like, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds or something like that. And I can still remember winning. I don't know what I won, but I won something. And I thought it was, but I had the whole, the beer gut and the little esky with the beers in the esky. And I did the whole thing. I went to a whole lot of trouble. So I still, Paul Hogan, absolutely fantastic. Star Wars. What do you guys think of South Park? Yeah, I love it. I mean, I probably haven't watched it in a year or so. But yeah, absolutely. Kind of irreverent. I mean, I liked it. Lobos says if you were a kid today, you wouldn't have won unless you were dressed like a ballerina. How kind of true is that? You know, I don't want to get onto a little bit of a tangent there. Why have we got all these teachers just obsessed with like all these LGBT? Now, as I said, nothing against those people. That's your thing. More power to you. Go, whatever you do, you do. But keep it away from the kids. You know, can't you just, isn't there just this line that we can all agree with? Put a line in the sand. Okay, let's not try and indoctrinate kids onto the trans, onto the LGBT. Let's kids be kids. Why do they have to look at these the students like they're there to be indoctrinated? I mean, if you had someone up there trying to indoctrinate them into like a religion, Islam or Christianity or whatever, that wouldn't fly. That wouldn't fly because it's a school. We don't have to. It's not. You're there to learn. Arithmetic. Learn how to read. Learn how to write. Maybe a little bit of geography. A little bit of science. And yet these teachers are just absolutely obsessed with sharing their faith in their sexuality. It has become a religion, and they're up there. Sharing their faith. I think it's absolutely insane. Just stick to arithmetic, English, science. You know, it's crazy. I just think it's why do they need the validation from children? What is it? I mean, Libs of TikTok is really exposing this insanity, and that you see their classrooms, all the rainbow flags, Black Lives Matter, and pictures of George Floyd and what's his name, George Kirby or George, oh, I don't know, and they're indoctrination facilities. These aren't classrooms. I mean, they wouldn't allow a teacher to put up a picture of Jesus or something like, that wouldn't be acceptable because it's a classroom. It's not a church. It's not, I mean, they do that. Maybe you go to your religious classes for that sort of thing, but why are these people obsessed with the children? I mean, can't you just draw the line at children? Do your thing in whatever with consenting adults. I don't care. Go be furries. I have a friend who's actually into the whole furry thing. It is crazy, but you go do that. That's more power to you. I really don't care, but just can't we all just agree? Let's just draw the line with children. I really don't get why they're pushing that line, why they're pushing over that line, and why can't we all just say, well, they are groomers. They are groomers. They don't have children of their own. They have to groom. They have to, it's like a religion. It's like a cult. They have to groom. It's spreading the faith of their sexuality. They have to preach to these children. What's that song? Pink Floyd, it's just leave those kids alone. All in all, it's just leave those kids. Can't they just leave the kids alone? Let kids be kids. All this indoctrination of them into LGBT, trans, and it's become like a trendy thing. Some of these kids, they want to go trans because they want to be different. They want to be special, especially out on TikTok and social media. It gives them a little bit more kind of clout. It raises their profile if they say they're trans. So yeah. Bud Garner says, I'm an old teacher, and these young ones indoctrinate or groomers are truly sad souls. Lives without meaning who have to get someone to like them, even if it means exploiting kids. Beautiful comment. Absolutely. And they are just obsessed with being validated by children. I mean, it is just absolutely, I find that absolutely insane. As society, we should say, this is an acceptable line in the sand. Let's not go over this line. Let's keep this line. Just leave the kids alone. But the teachers their classrooms are just full-on indoctrination camps, and obviously our homeschooling is probably going to explode. And these LGBT, trans, whatever, they just seem to flock into the teaching, into like the teaching space. So is it so that they have access to children? Maybe it is, but I think it's crazy. Miguel, long time watcher of this channel. Miguel, I'm pronouncing your name wrong probably. Rob, can you talk about Trump coming back on Monday to Twitter? Much love from Mexico. Apparently, Elon is going to reactivate Donald Trump's account, and the reeing and the screaming is going to be off the chart. You've actually got companies who are currently advertising with Twitter who says that if they bring Donald Trump back onto the platform, they're canceling their advertising with Twitter. So this is going to be kind of one of those big war battlegrounds. And I'm not even sure whether he comes back, because Trump's got Truth Social. Twitter is a competitor to Truth Social. Does he come back just so he could remind everyone that he's on Truth Social? I'm not sure. Or does he run them both kind of tandem? If his account is reactivated back on Twitter, I definitely think he should come back posting, tweets. He should come back. He should come back and use the platform. Also, he's got Truth Social running. Use that as well. Trump is like he's like a planet, and where he goes, it's like it affects everything around. It's like the gravity. It's like he's like a planet, and where he moves, everything kind of changes, kind of around him. So if he does go back, if the account is reactivated by Elon, which I think it will, I think Trump should go back onto Twitter, because the left will just melt down beyond even what they're melting down right now. Salty Convict says, I'm having a cheese and Vegemite on the Easter ride, meow. Yeah, but these ilk are so lost. They are even more miserable when they don't get their way, because selling out to happiness never satisfying. Only joy satisfies. I mean, and the whole, I love what Ron DeSantis has done, and the way that the left combated that with the garbage "Don't say gay," which was a pretty good propaganda line against the bill, where there was no actual words that says "Don't say gay," but they come up with a little simple tagline, and it was effective with the side of their cult. But yeah, teachers, just leave the kids alone. It's not too much. It's not too much to ask. But it seems to be that they will not leave the kids alone. They are absolutely obsessed with grooming kids. The Grey, thank you so much for the super chat, sir. The day they bring Trump back, I'm throwing a beer bash for the whole neighborhood, mate. If I was there, I would love to come along. Yeah, I mean, it will be monumental amounts of if I use that term. If I use that term right, Twitter will melt down when Trump posts his first tweet. I don't know. I hope it's really like witty, and I hope I don't know. I hope it's just so, or maybe he just says "I'm back, bitches" or something like that, or maybe he doesn't. It will be. The left will, it will be one of probably the most liked tweets, and also one of the most hated tweets as well. The left will be in there trying to ratio that tweet down, and it is just so crazy, kind of how Twitter works. Steve says, people advertise on Twitter. Do bots buy things? Yeah, it's weird. I don't see any advertising on Twitter. Maybe it's my ad blocker or something like that. I don't see ads. I'm kind of like wondering where the Twitter revenue model is, because yeah, I don't see ads. I don't see ads on Twitter. Maybe the ads are so inconspicuous. Dean, thank you so much for the super chat. You'd make a great neighbor. Thank you for keeping this Englishman sane, whose train got stopped in Quebec at the height of COVID. You Canadians really copped the brunt. You really copped the brunt of the COVID authoritarianism. I mean, we kind of copped it in Australia as well. Not so much in my state, but there were some states in Australia that just went insane. And there were still images of people being arrested when they went to the beach. I wonder how that is looked on in, say, 20 to 50 years, or whether it's a shocking image then, or whether it's just very much everyone's so used to the state or the authoritarianism of the state by then. I hope that in 20 years, society looks back on the image of people being arrested by like 5 or 6 police with guns for the crime of going to the beach, when the government says everyone must be locked down in their house for a virus with a very minuscule kill rate. Don't like the word kill rate. I don't know what word to use. I hope that the future society looks back in horror on that moment, doesn't look back in acceptance on that moment. If future society looks back in horror on that moment, we've done all right. If future society looks back in acceptance on that moment, we're stuffed up. Okay, we kind of lost lost that war against authoritarianism. But yeah, thank you so much, and good luck there in good luck up there in Canada too. Yeah. Great. Today's youth don't have a clue about history. True. I like that. Who Orpheus says, I've got 3 kids. Teach them from home. Tell them both sides are a problem. Tell them to solve it. Well done. So well done. It's amazing when the whole COVID thing and they shut down all the schools and homeschooling kind of became the norm. That was a kind of a one positive, or there's a couple of positives that came out of it. Yeah, if you feel like the kids are being indoctrinated into schools, I'm not saying everyone should homeschool, but it's because it would be a very it would be a tough thing to do. But it's like a lot of businesses were able to come home as well, like work from home. So I like that people could work from home with technology being what it is. I mean, I work from home. I work from coffee shops. Technology being one of those, you don't need to be in a specific in an office like that, but you can work from home. So I think that was one good thing that came out of this whole Hong Kong disaster. Your mother was a hamster, I think it was. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the sticker there. Al says, over here in the UK, a couple got arrested breaching COVID restrictions for going to the beach, and the husband was strip searched. Horrific, absolutely horrific. I mean, if you're going to be somewhere during a pandemic, the beach, best place to be. Out in the fresh air, you're getting sun, you're getting vitamin D. And this is the one thing that they didn't want to talk about. They didn't want to talk about what you can do to help yourself from the scary virus. You get vitamin D. Go outside. Eat better, exercise. But no, they just forced everyone indoors, forced everyone inside, tried to just jab up everyone with the experimental jolly juice. I mean, the people who were going to the beach, they were doing more for their body against this scary virus than anything else that you could do. Vitamin D out in the sunshine. The vitamin D was great at combating that. Boosts up your immune system. So yeah, arresting people for going to the beach was just absolutely insane. The Grey says, I don't regret giving up a law enforcement career. Oddly, it opened a new door working for myself in truck repair. Good for you. Good for you, dude. Yeah, good for you. And, if you've got a skill there in mechanics and that, absolutely fantastic skill to have as well. Tradespeople are in very high demand. At the moment, and for good reason. Mary says, I watched an Australian woman get punched out by police for not being masked. I hope future generations are just as horrified as I was. That's right. The big test 20 or 30 years from now, when they look back on that, will they be horrified, or will they think that was perfectly okay? Holiday Magic says, I think the best... Sorry, chat, I'm going to get the chat back. I think the best place during COVID was an island away from government. Yeah, I mean, who caused most of the problems? Governments caused the problems. I mean, you lock down the economy. You say you can't go to work, you can't do your job. They caused all the problems. And then they supposedly arrive with all the solutions as well. What a absolute load of rubbish. Chatbox says, get on Rumble, bro. Yeah, we're on Rumble. I post the videos to Rumble and BitChute, and also getting back into Odyssey as well. They go up on those channels probably 12 hours before they go up onto YouTube. So I've been on Rumble and BitChute for probably 2 years. I should promote that a little bit more in the videos. Yeah. But the problem with Rumble, I'll say that the problem with Rumble and the problem with BitChute is that they don't have algorithms. They don't have, they're not, Miguel, thank you so much for the $10 there, sir. Very, very generous. Thank you, OG subscriber to the channel. Thank you so much. But the problem with Rumble and the problem with BitChute is they don't have algorithms. You can't grow. You can only port an audience from one platform over onto those platforms. YouTube, hate it or not, has an incredible algorithm that you can grow a channel on YouTube if you're not shadow banned. If the algorithm is working like it's supposed to be working, which it pretty much has been working for this channel for this year. I think we've been dialed down a little bit over the last couple of weeks because I did get an official warning on one video I posted about 6 months ago. Generally, if you get a warning, they might dial back the way how much reach that they're willing to give your channel. But yeah, YouTube has an incredible growth algorithm that when it's working, like there was time on this channel when we were, adding 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers a day. I mean, now it's into the hundreds per day, but back then it was just enormous. You can't get that same growth on Rumble or BitChute because it doesn't have an algorithm that promotes your videos to other people who might like your content. But YouTube does that like the best. But all these other like Rumble, BitChute, pretty much what they are hosting, video hosting platforms. You can host your videos up there, but there's no growth algorithm. They're probably working on it, but they're a long way behind YouTube. YouTube's had a big head start on these other channels, and I hope that they, eventually they set up platforms that are competitive to YouTube, but they need a growth algorithm. You need to be able to organically grow. They just can't expect creators to port subscribers from YouTube over onto those channels. That's what they're doing right now. They're just basically asking all the bigger YouTubers, go to Rumble and try to pull your audience over to Rumble, but it shouldn't have to work like that. You should be able to go. Miguel, thank you so much for another super chat. Don't do that, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, I can't wait for more Trump's mean. But the thing is, his tweets weren't really that mean. He just used a lot of caps, like the boomer he kind of was. If he just had to turn the all cap, his tweets wouldn't look that mean. But yeah, getting back to YouTube and Rumble and BitChute, you need to be able to just grow an audience on the channel rather than reporting an audience, rather than me saying, hey, everyone, come over to Rumble. I'm posting on Rumble right now. You need to be able to grow an audience on YouTube, and then you need to be able to grow an audience on Rumble, grow an audience on BitChute. And I'm sure there'll be some overlap there, but Rumble and BitChute shouldn't just rely on you trying to port all your YouTube audience over there, because people really don't want to move. I mean, I watch YouTube as I watch a day, gaming content and my travel video. I don't want to have to go to another. I kind of like watching them on YouTube, so I understand what it's like. You don't really want to go to another platform. So these other platforms should be about growing an audience on those platforms rather than these other platforms expecting everyone to just port users over. Someone said your YouTube could turn your channel off right now. I mean, that's right. As a YouTuber, you kind of like, I honestly, Salty says if it was working, you'd be at 350K. Yeah, I kind of. But this year, the algorithm has been incredible for this channel. I mean, I can't complain. It has been mind-blowing. We went from started this year, 30,000 subscribers after having a break from YouTube. So coming back to a 30,000 sub channel I hadn't posted to for 11 months, nearly a year, to going to nearly 200 in the 1 year. I mean, that's the algorithm. That's the algorithm. And that's also you sharing. That's also sharing the video as well. It's like a combination of the both. It's the sharing. The algorithm also shares the the videos out to people that it might think might like to watch those videos as well. So that's where you get a lot of your new subscriber growth. But this has, the algorithm has worked fantastic for this channel over this year. But the previous year or two, I was completely shadow banned. There was just no growth. Nothing I did would actually grew the channel. But then I come back this year, obviously a change of format. Views have absolutely exploded. The channel's absolutely exploded. But being a YouTuber, I kind of said it. I'm not sure if you want to hear too much about inside baseball from being a YouTuber. I'm not sure if you kind of want to hear, but I'll tell you a little bit. Being a YouTuber is like being in an abusive relationship, but the sex is fantastic. Okay, YouTube is fantastic when it's working. When it's working, the views are high, the subs are rolling in. Man, it is unbelievable. So the sex is great. Pardon my using that analogy, but the sex is fantastic. And she knows you'll never leave. You're in an abusive relationship with great sex, but she knows you'll never leave. That's what it feels like being a YouTuber. You don't want to leave this platform. It is the biggest. It has the growth algorithm. It is the big stage. You don't want to go and to Rumble or BitChute. YouTube is kind of where it's at. And YouTube knows you won't leave, so they treat you like garbage. But when things are great, things are absolutely incredible. Things are absolutely fantastic. But I tell you, every morning I wake up, I go through, I check my studio. I'm liking, well, have I been, there's 900 videos on the channel. Have they struck me down on a video? A video I made 3 years ago. There's a lot of content there they could strike down, or they could say, you crossed the line on that meme. I wake up expecting to be cancelled, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, we got another day on YouTube. Going to make some more videos, and then the next day comes around, I'm pretty much expecting that they get another strike, maybe to get demonetized, or I'm expecting. You're kind of expecting the worst. So it is it's a really, being a YouTuber is a really, as Chatbox says, they could turn your channel off right now. You'd get one activist employee in YouTube that doesn't like your channel, and they will just, and they'll go into your settings, and there'll be two buttons that they'll just deactivate. Maybe they demonetize, remove your videos from the algorithm. So that means your videos don't get promoted out to new people. Maybe they just go to people who watch, so you're not going to get any growth, and they'll demonetize you, remove you. So there's all these levels of censorship they put. And the last one is they will just deactivate account. And there's kind of really no real solid kind of recourse, most of it, but that is how thin the wire that holds up, that holds the channel up. As far as YouTube could just come along and gone, you're gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I might have posted a meme that was a little bit. So I try to get obviously as close to that line as possible, but I don't try to go over the line. But YouTube's rules are so ambiguous, are so grey. They could just take any meme that I've posted and say that's harassment, or that's you're harassing. It is kind of absolutely insane. Harmon says, totally correct about the platforms and porting problems. The way forward is to both have a producer and consumer applications that can communicate. Can communicate multiple platforms simultaneously. Well, see, that's a really interesting idea. When you have a more a decentralized platform, YouTube is a very centralized platform. You annoy one activist employee in YouTube, and your whole channel could be gone. I'm amazed this channel is still here right now. I really don't know. I mean, I'm not doing a good enough job for this side of politics. How are we still here? So yeah. What do we got? Georgia says, I remember before you took your hiatus, you were discussing which format you would keep. You were discussing which format would keep you under the radar but have good growth potential. You hit it square this time, mate. Well, that's right. Obviously, we did a different type of video, and then I needed a break from YouTube. It was grinding me down, like mentally. I just needed to. I was only going to take a month or two. Ended up being like 10 or 11 months away from YouTube, which is insane to think that that kind of happened. When I came back, I had a very kind of a clear mindset. I wanted to do like a different format, shorter videos, more like meme style. And because we're a channel called Meme the Left, we really need to push harder into the actual memes. And you know, it's been very successful. Yeah, the left can't meme. DXCX, I review super hot peppers. I'm waiting to have cultural appropriation strike. I mean, those channels are pretty weird. The people who do those, they eat those peppers. Oh man, that's some weird content. Salty says Salty Water says, is that your Rumble? Yes, Meme the Left on Rumble. I mean, I hope there's not. I think it's like rumble.com/meme the left or something. But there's every video. It will be up on Rumble. So if it's there, I mean, it's not someone else just reposting my videos on there. I'm on BitChute as well. I'll start putting. I'm pretty sure I have the Rumble and BitChute links in the descriptions of most of the videos now. No, it's definitely. I'm running the Meme the Left Rumble and BitChute account. Epileptic Pilot, stop worrying about the dollars made content creators and saving America. Try that. I do more research than any content creator does, and I still have to go to work, provide for my family. That's right. I mean, most YouTubers still have jobs. Even if YouTube was a very stable, if it didn't have this what they call it, the knife, I forget what, the dagger dangling over our heads, you could make it a kind of a stable career. But there's even if the money side of thing is big, and you know it's kind of like it can be huge, but still it can be just switched off in a heartbeat. So there's no kind of like reliability there as well. What we got? Meme, the best meme of your life so far. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that question is. Patriotic Soul says, do a live on Rumble. I mean, I think there's like 1.8 thousand subscribers on Rumble. That's why I said it's not a growth. They're not growth platforms. They're merely just platforms where you are expected to port people from YouTube over to those platforms. But I love Salty's lives on Rumble. It's massive that he has such a huge Rumble stream. I think that's absolutely insane, and I love it. When Russell Brand got a strike on YouTube, he went to Rumble, and Elon Musk was speaking on Twitter with the CEO of Rumble to see what they can do to enhance Rumble's platform. Boy, if Rumble could work in a little bit with Twitter there and work in with Elon, that's pretty fantastic. Michael says they ripped one of my comments off your channel the other day. I mean, sorry about that. I mean, there's a couple of words blocked in the comments. I think the C word is blocked. Can't use the C word, but there's pretty much no other moderation there. But sometimes the algorithm will just delete comments, and I can tell you, I haven't deleted a comment in. I can't remember if I've actually ever deleted any comments. I don't delete comments. Yeah, George is saying, think about how the OGs like Styx and Crowder have survived as long as they have. Well, it's funny. Styx is monetized. I know he doesn't run ads, but he does do super chats, and he does like his super chats. And Crowder's demonetized, but obviously he's set up revenue streams and what have you. But yeah. No, I've been watching Styx for. I don't know, Styx has been around. How long Styx has been around for? He's been around for like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years, sort of thing. Like Styx has been around for, like he's been around for so long, and you got to respect. He has the same format that he started. You know, he doesn't do anything that could be a copyright. It's just him speaking into the camera. He doesn't do any edit. Pardon me. I don't know what editing. I don't think he uses editing software. I don't think he knows how to edit a video. He doesn't need to know how to edit a video. He just, it's him in front of the camera, and he'll speak for about 8 minutes. And then you hear him turn the button for his recording software on, and then you'll hear him turn the button off. And he's been around for YouTube for so long now, and he just seems to have a cadence, a pace that is just sustainable. He doesn't go, he doesn't get a ton of views. He might get, I think, like 15 to 20,000 views a video. One might pop every now and then. He kind of, but he just has this cadence. He just has this. He keeps going, and he doesn't soar like a rocket. He doesn't crash. He just keeps it. He just keeps it in the middle there. And I kind of like. I really respect. I really do respect creators who can do that. Yeah, JB's saying he started as a Satanist before he denounced that. He's a strange guy. I mean, we'd probably disagree with him on a lot of issues, but he seems to be the person you could have a conversation with about those issues, and there wouldn't become like an all-out like screaming or yelling match. So yeah. Mean Left, it censored something I said in the chat earlier. I saw the comments around mine. It wasn't there. Apparently there's some AI moderation that goes on in the chat. I don't really moderate comments. Salt says he's into the occult. That's right. Yeah, into the occult. I'm not into the occult. That's his thing. He can. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, he's very mellow. Salty said he's very. He does have a very mellow cadence is the word. Cadence is like a cycling term. It means how fast you're turning your pedals over. So his is like if you're the problem I have is I tend to come in, hit it really hard, try to go like hard, and about 2 months later I just burn out and just drop off. Need to find myself a beach somewhere for a couple of weeks. But guys like Styx, they just seem to just have this pace where they are just constantly kind of like at the same pace, and I kind of like I do really respect that. Salt Miser said, "Love what you do, my friend. Thank you so much. Love that you you love the vids. Yeah." Who are for us? Here in England, the occult is part of our culture, normal to us. Huge conversation you can have around that as well. And when I say, you say I like Styx. I mean, obviously, you don't align with every single view that person has, but you can still like that person, yet not be like lined up with every single ideology and view. I mean, we can have a lot of differences of opinion, but still, you still like that. Still like that. Still like that person. Salt says, new COVID for Christmas, new monkeypox. Thanks, science. Mellow Yellow was a good song. What's everyone? What's your? What are you doing? What are you doing today? I imagine for the majority of the audience, it's kind of like coming up to like nighttime in America right now. Obviously, there's people on other parts, around the world. It's probably morning. It's morning over here in Australia. It's probably coming up into past dinner time over in America. Let me know. Let me know if you've got anything like planned today. If you've got any exciting going on. Yeah, JP says Brandon's getting pretty snarky in his updates. Absolutely. The Grey, thank you so much for another super chat. There's too many. All this bitterness to try to break good people. Don't let them make you stop smiling and being human. This is how we beat the bitter left. What a great comment. And the left, they are very bitter. Very like the hall monitors running around, angry if you say the wrong word, misgender someone the wrong way. Who wants to live their life like that? I don't want to live. I definitely don't want to live my life like that. We got Wes saying I'm going to a Halloween party. Halloween I've always thought was a strange holiday. I mean, we don't really have it in Australia, although some people are trying to sort of get it going here. But it's it really doesn't happen over here in Australia. But I have a lot of American friends. I mean, all my business career, I don't really say too much. So obviously in the web hosting industry, I built 3 web hosting companies. The first one, they were mainly American clientele. I used to work American hours. I'm pretty much an honorary American right now. I was honorary American in the web hosting world. Admiral says it's 1:30 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, probably just chilling today, drinking beer. Jamie says drinking beer and eating pizza. I'm down. Michael, 7:30 p.m. on a Saturday night. Yeah, Lusso says there are some things I don't agree with on Elon Musk. When it comes to free speech, I can agree with him. Yeah, it's 5:26, West Coast in the US, where I'm at. Yeah, Elon's an interesting guy. I think he's on the spectrum a little bit. I think that most geniuses are probably on the spectrum a little bit. I think he's a genius. I don't use that G word, flippantly, but I think Elon Musk, I mean, look what he's done. Just look at like Tesla, he's got the internet, Starlink, he's got the SpaceX, and he's got the Boring Company, and he's now just set up an aftershave company called Burned Hair. I mean, it's just, I think he's an interesting guy. I think we need kind of like eccentric, interesting, slightly, I wouldn't say crazy, like billionaires doing big, crazy kind of like things. We need like a more Tony Starks and less sort of like people who think big and have resources to do big, crazy kind of things. So I like Elon in that way. And as I said, it's good to support an African-American owner in Twitter right now. Monkey grab orange. What kind of a username is monkey grab orange? I've never understood I never understood why. I mean, I remember Monkey, you were like one of the OG, you like with the channel years ago. I always remember that username. I always remember you reading your comments. They're always happy. But Monkey Grab Orange, it says, America is happy to have you. Thank you so much. Christopher says, just got the notification of your live stream. YouTube sucks out loud. Always enjoy your chats. Thank you so much for joining. And everyone, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out in this chat. I just love hanging out. I just love hanging out with the chat. We've got Phoenix says it's funny that I keep up with world and current news with Memology 101 and now Meme the Left. Me too, mate. Me too. And Memology, he's a good guy. He's a cool guy. He's the real deal. He is like you get some YouTubers, not so much the real deal. Maybe it's kind of, they have other motives. Memology is a genuine guy, helpful as will help you, has helped me. If I've asked him some questions about something, he will go overboard in helping, in trying to help me. And if he sees something that I'm doing that's like I'm wrong, I'm messing up, he always lets me know. So yeah, I really appreciate Memology. Love his work. And he is a really fantastic guy. Mary Heatwall says it's 8:28 Eastern Standard Time. Just gave my old dog a bath, which he loves. He was looking glum. I hope he feels better. Luso, American Patriot, Elon Musk has a very high IQ. It's interesting with his takeover on Twitter. He's kind of come out and says it's all very altruistic. He's doing it to to help humanity. He wants to restore kind of like a balance in the dialogue. If you think that Twitter is like the town square, Elon wants to bring that pendulum more back to the center so we can have maybe like rational discussions again. And he says he's doing it all for altruistic, but there has to be money there. It has to be, because he's got $20 billion worth of debt. He sold $22 billion worth of Tesla, something like those numbers anyway. But there has to be money. It has to be a money motive as well. For Twitter to be successful, it has to be profitable. The more profitable Twitter is, the more successful Twitter can be. So he's a very, very, very interesting guy. Salt Miser, steady smile on my face every video you put out, even in the face of the forced downfall of civilization. Mate, I'm so glad that there is a smile on your face. That's my job done. But be of good cheer. We're not down yet. We are like, we're on the slide, but we can correct this. We can really correct this. Sheer Cat, thank you so much for joining. Really enjoyed the hangout tonight. Nice to hear the Aussie accent again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, Sheer Cat. Christopher says, Salty says, Brazil. Hello to everyone in Brazil. I wonder what happened to Cat Turd. Cat Turd's on Twitter. Doing well. Subs are exploding. Followers are exploding. Isn't it funny that one of the most powerful conservative accounts on Twitter is a cat? It's like I find that kind of hilarious. And there's a big push to trying to get Cat Turd to be like the CEO of Twitter, which that would be absolutely wild. That a cat, like a username cat has a cat, it becomes like the CEO of Twitter. The Grey, being a person with an IQ north of 140, I can say this IQ isn't the be all and the end all. There is still awareness and the ability to read a room when considered. That's right. There's still basic. I know some very, 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 very smart people who are just very dumb, who just don't seem to be. They have a very high IQ, but don't have very good like reading the room skills, social skills. Yeah, they lose that side of things there. Thank you, Scree, for the $10 super chat. Thanks for everything you do. Keep on keeping on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If you weren't watching, I wouldn't be here. Wesley says Elon Musk has the ability to see through the mundane and dream big. Sometimes people get offended or jealous. Agree, Twitter is part of something bigger, bigger. I mean, absolutely. He has a vision there. He's laid his vision out. He's set out like a couple of pages that he wrote. It's very altruistic. He wants to help save humanity in that respect. And I think and even in the bigger picture, he's like, obviously trying to get a colony started on Mars. I mean, we need people who are thinking that big. JP Bass Senior. I'm an ultra salty, deplorable hooligan that will awaketh JP and fly with the Mark dice. Ninya, thank you very much. I'm so glad that I'm so glad that you love the channel, and you get something good out of the channel, get something like positive. That's no cliche, but that truly makes it all worthwhile for me. Salt says lack of common sense can hold genius back. Absolutely. Thank you for watching the videos every day. I mean, the audience is so loyal, especially to the meme videos. They are such solid kind of like performing kind of videos. I don't want to get too much into the whole, being a YouTuber, you become kind of obsessed with numbers. I kind of want to try and pull away from that a little bit. It's hard because YouTube's constantly telling you how you're going, and it's all about the numbers. Flang Eagle, thank you so much for the super chat. These salt flows indeed. Absolutely. Keep those keep the salt flowing in the chat. I love seeing the salt shakers in the chat. DG says, thank you for your meme clips. The insane left gets so mad sometimes, but you help me laugh at them rather than stress about them. Oh, perfect. That is exactly what I'm trying to get across. And we can laugh at them rather than stress about them. And we're dealing with serious issues as well. We're not trying to trivialize these issues, but definitely I'm going to try and use that again. Help me to laugh at them rather than to stress about them. And you can be stressed. We're living in times when to be stressed with the culture, the way politics is going, would be completely natural. But we are definitely, laughing at them rather than and hopefully that reduces your levels of stress. Because if you're smiling, if you're laughing, if you're happy, this brings your stress levels down. This is actually very healthy for you. Salty Water, first full stream I've caught. Thank you so much, Salty. Thank you. We'll probably start winding things down. We've been going for nearly 3 hours now. Honestly, I could do this all day. So, but we're Speedy Pete says, you were one of my first subscribers on YouTube. Still follow you, all your vids. You also put me onto Salty Cracker years ago. Thanks, mate. I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I know we've got a very loyal audience out there, and it is such an honor and a privilege to share memes with you. Just like the salty streams, the chat is as good as the speaker, mate. I think you are better. You're better than the speaker. I mean, I love with the videos. I love going through the chat, and and also, as Dick says, the memes resonate with normies too. And that's one thing I remember. I really didn't quite understand that. It was a year or so ago. I was watching Salty's stream, and he was talking about the normies. And I never really thought too much about the normies. But there's the people who are kind of like in the middle, kind of not, a little bit to the right, obviously on the left, but they're in the middle. Maybe their minds can be, just maybe like changed a little bit. And that's who these memes are trying to reach as well. Obviously, the job is to entertain the audience, entertain the community, but also is to reach out to the normies. And that's why I use the thumbnails that I use, the bright color, that bright pink. It catches the eye. That's why there'll be a very attractive blonde
celebrity on there as well to attract the eye, to bring in the normies. I don't make any kind of like qualms about the thumbnails are very successful, and the click-through rates on the thumbnails are very, sometimes they're up around the 17 to 20%. So yeah, we're really trying to reach the normies with memes, and it's got to be the kind of that short, that they've got to be able to understand the memes kind of quickly. Memes, you can download just volumes of information from each meme, and it's got to be a short video. So we're really, really trying to reach the normies with these memes. And if you do know people who are a little bit, in the center of kind of politics, maybe they could vote left or vote right, please send them, please share with them the memes. It's the sharing that really drives the channel. And we're in the information war, and sharing memes is a very powerful thing you can do as part of this war. Jimmy Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. So, your channel gives me laughs when I need them the most. Thanks so much, Me and the Left. Another good conservative channel I liked to share with folks is Dr. Steve Turley. Absolutely, he's been going for a long time now. He makes some I noticed that his videos have been getting a little bit shorter lately too. I do track a lot of I track a lot of channels, so I think he's sort of like also chasing after that kind of that shorter type video. But he's an exceptional speaker. I think he came from academia, and was it a year or so ago? He is now pretty much just sort of full-time YouTube. So yeah, a great channel. Yeah. Salt says Dr. Steve is very up to date in the political week. Probably much more up to date than I would be. I just tend to focus purely on the memes. I like to make funny little meme clips. So we work in the same side of politics, the same side of the culture, offering slightly. We offer different takes. Luso, I enjoy your memes on AOC. I'm glad you get the Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. I'm glad you like the AOC memes. Hot Max Sachs. I forget the name. I love sharing your memes to my Facebook. My blue friends get so pissed. I love it. Pretty soon I'll have the memetheleft.com website up and running, and each of the memes that appear in the video will be on the website that you can easily go to and just copy, save, and then you can share those memes individually from the website as well. I know that some people have trouble sharing the memes off the video as well, so we're going to put those memes inside a post on the memetheleft.com website. For every video, we'll have a post with all the memes in that post, so you can more easily save those memes and then share those memes out. That's going to be a big part of what we do going forward. Now, not only making the videos, if you can share the videos, but also encouraging as many of you to actually individually share memes as well. Andre, AOC clap, yes. D says, I always call her Alex Cortez because I heard she loses her mind every time you say her name wrong. That's right. AOC, I don't like her. I like that she's kind of like young, and I like that she overthrew this old dude to win the seat. Obviously, I disagree with a lot of her ideas, but I don't hate AOC. I don't. She's been good meme content for the channel over the years. We did a lot of AOC videos over the years, but she's not someone that she's like a human being doing her thing. I'm not sure whether she's sort of grifting or whether she really believes in the things that she's sort of saying. But obviously, I don't hate AOC. She's good. We need people like that to make good content from. So she's Sandy Cortez in school. absence of cognition. Yeah, I definitely disagree with so many, but she does have this kind of like she tries to fighting for the working guy, which I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure she is. Sal says, I'm going to give you all the motivation to take our countries back. Our fight is more than a simple political short-term fight. Our human civilization and survival depends on winning. Yeah, absolutely. We are fighting for the culture. This is a culture. What do they say, that politics is like downstream from culture? It used to be maybe like a mile downstream from culture, but now I think politics is like right next to, is like maybe 50 meters downstream, or is the other way around. Culture is down, whatever it is. We are in a fight for the culture. We are in a fight for society. I mean, that our ideology, that our, like maybe like center right conservative ideology will survive going forward. And when strongholds like Twitter start falling, that we are winning so hard right now. It is, but I don't want to be over optimistic about it, but we are winning so hard right now. Midterms we are going to win so hard at midterms. But everyone, please get out and vote. If you know people who can vote, maybe can't vote on the day, help them vote. Take people to vote with you. We really got to get out the vote. But I believe we are going to win so hard. The pendulum, we are, unless the cheat is in. I know I read a lot of comments saying it doesn't matter who votes. It only matters who counts the votes. That's true. And sadly, unfortunately, that is true as well. But we just have to do everything that we can to, like, we are fighting for the culture here. We are fighting for society. Yeah, RJ Little says, everyone, please be safe out there. Baldy's crushing it. Oh, someone posted there. He looked like the who's that dude out of Breaking Bad? Yeah, I never knew that until I started this channel, because I watched a little bit of Breaking Bad, not much. And when I started this channel, I get so many comments, and then I actually put two pictures side by side, and it's like, yeah, holy crap. That actually does look we do look a little bit alike. But I guess if you take a guy and you shave your head off and you wear a goatee, most guys probably look like much the same. Salt says, vote in person. You can do curbside if you have an injury or disability. Working, volunteered to work polling stations. I've done it since I've retired 5 years ago. Absolutely, 100%, and well done. Well done too. Fudge, shit on my pants said Walter White. Yeah, that's the one. Walter White. Bryan Cranston. Apparently he's it's really disappointing. He's like a hardcore limp-wristed lefty. And it's like, dude, you're letting the team down. You're letting the team down. That's the first thing I thought. Breaking Bad, best looking dude ever. It's a strange. I've noticed there's a couple of comments. Like I started putting my face at the end of the videos, because I realized that maybe I try to get my as the outro, obviously as the outro, and some of the commentary videos I do. I'll put my face in there as well. I know there's some comments where of folks saying you can get rid of your face off the screen. I don't understand why it's such a bad thing that the face is in the outro or is in some commentary videos. I really don't understand, because this channel was basically started off with me, my face, and like a news story appearing over here. Sorry, I got over here. Well, actually, it'd be the other way around. And I would just talk about the news article. Obviously, a lot of people have come onto the channel, and it's just the meme videos. not used to seeing my face. I'm not sure why some people get upset. I had one guy said, "Dude, I'm unsubscribing from your account, your channel. I'm going into the little thing where it says YouTube do not recommend this channel because you put your face on the end of the videos." And I'm like, I said to the wife, well, why would someone be upset? I mean, it's this magnificent face. I mean, why could you not? Why could you not like this? Anyway, I didn't understand the kind of the outrage, outrage there. As Nanya says, keep your face on. And it's I as I said, this channel started out with like commentary, and then shifted a little bit to the shorter style editing, getting into the more memes of the day, and also coming back with a little bit of commentary as well. Obviously, want to do a lot more live streams. I mean, these first couple of live streams doing now, it's more or less just in the chat. And maybe this will just be the live stream because I just love hanging out. I just love hanging out, talking with you. I'm more here to listen, and you can talk. And if I can get a technology set up where you can call in and we can do like a talk where you can actually talk, I will get that. I'll get that set up as well. Bud says your face is fine. Perhaps some more jealous of the regal features. The grey. Some people don't like knowing that there's a human being behind the memes, and that's what I was kind of getting into, a little bit of a trap that I was. In some ways, I did like it that my face wasn't in the videos anymore. It was just like edited sort of meme content videos, edited videos, and I was not in the videos anymore. I love that. There's a part of me that was like, "Oops, that's a bit of a relief." But now I know I've got to sort of maybe like get my face back into the videos a little bit more. But yeah, so yeah, I couldn't understand the outrage. Dick says, the first Salty interview was when I saw you. Time flies, man. I can tell you, when we did that interview, Salty had 7,000 subscribers and I had 4,000 subscribers on the channel. We did that interview, and I don't think Salty had ever done. He'd never done an interview. He was a very small channel, but I reached out. I said, "Oh, this dude, I just connect with this dude. Everything he says, even the videos that he was making before that." We did that live stream together. His videos were just, he wasn't on the screen. It was just like a news article. He was talking. He would edit in some screenshots, and he would give commentary. Very, very simple video, very simple format. Yeah, a little bit of music kind of in the background as well. And I think the first time he appeared on screen, I could be wrong, it might have been for our live stream. And like, he had terrible lighting. No lighting whatsoever. I don't know where the light was. He had shadows over on his face. And it was just, yeah, but that was our first, and I think we did a 2 or 3 hour live stream together. And then Mrs. Salty clipped when we talked about the birth of Salty Cracker. And going forward, I would love to do some interviewing. Maybe get a couple of these YouTubers. I'd love to interview them on the channel, find out really what makes them tick. And I love the interview. I love the doing like an interview type process. But Salty, and like I had it set up a little bit wrong with OBS. And every now and then Salty's like screen would go big and small. It was like amateur hour, but that was where we were at. That was the where we were at back then. And yeah, Mrs. Salty, she clipped the birth of Salty Crackers. I asked him about how if you want to learn about how Salty, why he started his channel, just search for the birth of Salty Cracker. You'll find it's about a 10-minute part of the live stream there. Mrs. Salty clipped it. I think it has like 150,000 views on it or something right now. I think that's just great. Yeah, but I think that was the first time he actually appeared. And then he started putting his face into the videos. He started using the camera soon after that. I'm pretty sure. But the lighting was terrible. It was, but that's just how it that's just how it goes. But he had about 7,500 subs. I had about 3,000 or 4,000 or maybe 5,000, and we were both. And then his channel just started skyrocketing. It was just it was going, and I was trying to keep up. I think he hit 25,000, and we were at like 20,000, and he hits like 50,000. I'm at like 30,000. I'm like, dude, wait, catch up. He went to the moon, and it was marvelous to see, because that's kind of like me. I'm like his words, the same things I would say. So when someone is being successful, I'm not jealous. I want him to go to the moon, because that's my team. He's my teammate. I want him to be as successful as possible, and he's gone on to huge success, and that's just I couldn't be happier. Always lost, nothing else. John Talks or Mean Left. Close call, but I got to say John Talks by 2 points. He's a better editor. He's better with the editing. He's pretty good editor. He's got a style there. I do like that style. Memology has the perfect music choice. Oh, I wish I had half of his brain. And then he has the perfect end clips. I don't know how his brain works, if I could download part of it, but he is the absolute master there. Diz says his first live streams, we would have to back and forth like you are here. Well, that's right. I mean, I love this format of live stream. I don't really like the format of live stream where you're kind of presenting a show. I like it to be a conversation, but Monkey says, I remember that interview. Salty looked like he was underwater. Yeah, I mean, but I think he obviously now he's got great lighting. He's got a good mic, got a great camera. I mean, he's probably still using a Logitech like cheap camera. I don't know. He might have one of those like real fancy, expensive cameras now. But yeah, I love what he's done. And Mrs. Salty, she is salt of the earth. She is an amazing person. I think she's like the backbone of that of that operation. Meme to the moon too. Yeah, Luso says he also has John Talks too, just like Memology number 1 and 2, just in case. Oh, that's right. They backup channels and what have you there. I know I should have a secondary channel, and I probably got to get a little bit onto that as well. Well, I'll tell you what, we're coming up to like 3 hours now. I'm probably going to try to wrap things up. I'm going to go out and take the wife out for lunch, I think. And I hope that... Thank you. Thank you for everyone who has jumped into this chat today. Said, I just love chatting. I love chatting with you. I kind of like feeding off like your energy. I love interacting, if it's in the comments in the videos or it's in the chat here. Someone said, just tuned in during lunch. Thanks for the videos, Meme Left. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, Diz says Salt Queen is excellent. It's nearly 11 o'clock here, so it's just about lunchtime. So once again, thank you everyone for watching the show. You just come in for like 10 minutes, popped out. I know a lot of people just pop in and out of live streams. Yeah, I definitely want to do more regular live streams as we go forward. And yeah, everyone, I hope you have a absolutely fantastic day, whatever day it is for you, probably like Saturday. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you in the videos starting next week. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and sorry, Christopher. that is like Christopher. Thank you so much for the late super chat there. I'm glad I didn't press that button before that came in. Part of lunch is on me. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who likes, who comments, who shares. You're all absolutely a bunch of legends. So I will catch you in